and welcome to, I guess, part 5 of our AH-1Z Viper build by Academy in 1/35th scale, and I guess we've kind of gone back. We're into section 12. We've worked our way through our rotors. We've got our rotors together. We have our canopies. Now, we made our own masking, and we'll get into the pros and cons of what I've done and what I haven't done once we get to the end. But I did decide to make my own masking. I just traced out the inside of the frames with one of the paint markers. And now we are into the weapon assembly. So we do have our rotors assembled. Here's the rear one. We get a look at those. So we'll come down. Now we'll kind of go through. This was a bit, there was a little bit of a struggle point with the main rotor. And I'll show you where in the instructions I was having some trouble. But there's the detail for the rear rotor. We've got it glued together now. And it's looking pretty good. Oh, we got a bit of a loose, got a loose guy there. Can hit him right now. That's a nice construction engineered for this, the way it fits in. It just sort of slides in like a sheath. Yeah, that'll fix that. Okay, so there's our rear rotor, ready for paint. And here is our main rotor, which I'll back off for that because it's fairly large. I guess I can get these off it now. Clips. So here's our main rotor assembly. It's all together. We've got it ready to go. There we go. There's the top half of it. So it's pretty well ready to go with a little bit of final sanding here and there that we're just cleaning up. And we are assembling our weapons. So when I come back, we will be able to get into the priming and get the black on and get the colors painted on the weapons and on the last little bits of the frame and stuff that are still there. But there's our prop. Now, as far as the copter goes, we have, get this out here so we can get a look at her. So here we have our paint on. Now we did run into, we have our paint on and we have a matte coat on. And now we can carry on. Now we did run into some problems with this front. I don't know how, but somehow this part of the cockpit isn't down far enough. But I don't see how, because the turret pushes up only so far. And I ran into trouble with the canopy. So this front canopy here, like you saw, we had to make a little extra piece of styrene to fill in on the top because this front display sits up too high and the canopy is actually supposed to kind of sit down in here. But we were able to get it to look fairly decent, and then that little extra tab will cover at the front here that I can show you. So it will cover at the front here where we're out. And I think that's gonna, it'll be okay. It's for us anyways, it'll be fine. For some others, it may not be, but it'll work for us. So there's a look at the paint with the decals and the marking on it. And here's a look at the side that we have weathered. And it's starting to really look good, I think. We got now we're using complete oils. We can keep cleaning up underneath here. We haven't done the underneath yet. So we've got this side, and we'll start cleaning up once we get the other side done. We'll get this other side here looking like this side here, and we'll carry on along the bottom and clean up any excess and stuff that we have. But we're just using oils, and I'm really just using basically 4 colors. For the dark colors, for the initial wash, I'm using the ivory black, really super thin, and then cleaning it up after. And then for the streaks and grimes, I'm just adding a little bit of the yellow ochre with the black here and there to add the streaky sort of thing. And then for the dust and that over the black, and some of the white staining along on the body to kind of bleach it out a bit, I'm just using the titanium zinc titanium white oil and a flesh tint oil for the sort of dusty effect. And so far, I'm just sort of playing like we always do, but we're playing and we're having fun, and I think it's looking pretty cool. So, with that being said, let me get this stuff clipped together, cleaned up, what little sanding there is, get these clipped together, and then I can get a coat of paint started on the rotors and on the weapons and on our cannon, front cannon. Oh, and we've got our tube that goes on the front, and we have our these are the strut arms for the canopies and the hinges for the canopies. Another thing that drove us crazy were these little canopy hinge parts. I don't know. We'll discuss later, shall we? All right. So without further delay, I'm going to get to work here, and we'll be right back.